And so that's fair. Mentioning since we talked a lot about Canelo, right? I don't know if we even have a breakdown of this, right? Let me just
Yeah.
really make sure. Uh, this will be interesting, right? No, we don't. So since we were mentioning about Canelo, right? And you're 168.
Yeah.
You've been at 168.
Yeah.
You worked with people and people that's fought world champions that works 168. You beat former world champion Uzbekistan at 160. So how, I guess, does Terrence Crawford move from 154 and go to 168 and beat Canelo Alvarez? And have you
Man,
ever worked with a guy from like 147, 154 and not giving names, but kind of gave you the business a little bit like, yo, is this possible that the guys like in here, especially the pound for pound kind of guys?
yeah. Like Crawford, anybody that good, you can never count out like as good as Crawford. But we got weight classes for a reason, and I love Crawford. Even Canelo still being on the back end, I don't think that Crawford can beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that, and this I could be wrong, but I look at the kid Makronov,
Madrimov?
Madronov. Crawford was having a tough time. He's having a tough time, even though Canelo don't move as much, but he's a lot bigger, a lot heavier in the shots. I think this how I think the fight would go, and I could be wrong. I think that Crawford would be boxing good for the first half, but I think in that second half he's gonna take a lot of punishment. You know what I'm saying? I think Canelo hitting him on the hips, the shoulders. Just he gonna realize the man. I see why we got weight classes to go up two weight classes, skip 54, 60, and go to 68. That's tough because Canelo gonna rehydrate. What you think gonna rehydrate to 190? And so then you gotta ask yourself this: is Crawford gonna be strong enough to keep him off? Like, yeah, you gonna weigh in at 68, but Canelo gonna be a cruiserweight on fight night. Like, and is you gonna be strong enough to keep him off you? You know what I'm saying? Or he's strong enough to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Once them big guys start leaning on you and hitting you on your hips, little stuff hurt. Little stuff like them tying you up and you trying to break free. That's energy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I moved down to 68. I'm like, them 75s, them guys is too big, man. They get to leaning on you. They even the shots they miss, you gotta really get out the way. You gotta use energy to keep getting out the way for 36 minutes. And they hit you on the arms and on the ears and on the neck and the mistake shots in the back of the head. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. Like, but I'm not saying Crawford can't pull it off because somebody that good you can never count out. But if I'm just going off my common sense and me being a fighter and being there with bigger guys and doing good for 4 rounds, and then like, uh oh, ooh, he hit me on the hips, and it's still hurting. Oh, he hit me on the other hip. Oh my God, now he hit me, and even though he ain't hitting me clean, he making me work. He making me he keeping my heart rate up, and I can't keep him off. I'm trying to hit. I can't. When I fought Edwin Rodriguez, right? Edwin Rodriguez is a big dude, and we was going at it, but he was just getting real physical with me, like pushing me around easy. I couldn't keep my stance. I was trying to fight him off, and he couldn't. Then he hurt me. He hurt me like in the fifth round with a left hook on the top, like right here on top of the head. Like it wasn't even a clean. Like he wasn't even like I'm just like, yeah, you got on the 68. These guys are way and a lot of people thought I won that fight. They're like, yo, y'all was going at it. He was just too big. You couldn't keep him off. He just kept coming and coming and coming. But man, you was in there, but you need to move down to 168. You know what I'm saying? Like I think in them later rounds, I think Canelo pressing and pressing, using his jab and getting hit with them hard jabs, some hard jabs, and him gotta go back to the corner and knowing, man, I gotta who's gonna and Crawford ain't gonna stop him. Well, last time Canelo ain't never been stopped. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he ain't gonna stop him. So I gotta go out there for it again. And Canelo do a lot of tricky stuff, and Canelo keep the pressure on you. And I think he better keep the pressure more on Crawford. So Crawford's a naturally smaller guy. And you telling me Canelo, who stopped Caleb Plant, who's way bigger than Crawford, can't stop Crawford?
Well, I guess my question is, have you ever sparred someone who is like 154, 147 and kind of surprised you and kind of gave you the business? Or has that never ever happened?
that never happened because when I spar with smaller guys, I don't go hard because once I turn it up, it's over. Once I turn it up, they see where it's going. Just one jab, boom, 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 boom. Just one round of that. Nah, that's enough. That's it. That's it. Because they see where it's going. You know what I'm saying? I think that fight will go the same way. Even though Crawford is extremely good, one of my favorite fighters, very good boxer, but we got weight classes for a reason. I believe in this: a good big man always beats a good small man.
So, and I asked this, and I'm just for the sake of just extending the conversation, right?
Yeah,
And because it's already done, it's considered hindsight, different weight classes and different part of
yeah,
the career, right? But, you know, um, people saw Floyd, at the age of like 36, 37, right? Which isn't Floyd's prime, to be all means. And
yeah,
people say, then there's Canelo, 24, 25, young, inexperienced, right?
right.
Yeah, that's kind of what the case is. They both have about almost similar amount of fights, probably not the same quality of fights, right? Because
Mhm.
Floyd's obviously been on championship level for like,
His whole career.
you know what I mean? So I mean, in hindsight, we can obviously compare. We can't really compare the Floyd and Crawford unless Crawford does it, and it becomes hindsight, right? So
Right,
Floyd has already beaten Canelo, right?
right.
So using that, how can like we not think it's possible that Crawford, right? I'm playing devil's advocate in
Yeah,
this
go
sense,
ahead.
but Floyd was able to he started smaller than Crawford, right?
Right,
He was older, right? So Crawford's
right,
fighting an older Canelo, right?
right,
Versus a young Canelo.
right.
And Crawford, I guess he puts his case, he might have a longer reach. You know what I mean? He's been sparring super middleweights throughout his career. It's not like, he hasn't. He's been doing this since the Ricky Burns fights.
And my thing is this: how many of them super weights he stopped?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he wants to out his sparring partners if they've been stops, right? Like, I
I'm
mean,
just
look,
saying they like he been sparring super middleweights. Yeah, but you ain't been sparring no super weights on the level of Canelo.
no, no, of course. I mean, obviously, right? I think there's footage of him with Carlos Adames prior to him being a champion, and I think Carlos was at 154 before becoming a 160 champ. So,
Right. So
but
that's
but but
that's even. But the Floyd thing,
yeah, I was
my
about to
they
get to that.
listen, they fought at a smaller weight for one. I bet you Floyd wouldn't whip to 68 to fight Canelo. I bet you that. And I'm mistaken, didn't they fight at a catch weight? Didn't Floyd make him drain him a little bit and fought him at a catch weight?
Well, I guess he didn't
It
make
was
him.
50.
Canelo said that he would fight
Okay,
him,
well,
and he, essentially called him out, in
at
that
like
sense,
52 or something, or 53.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they fighting that now. If they're fighting that 52. I'm like, oh, I lean more towards Crawford. But like I said, he Crawford going with the great white sharks now. So I always gotta go with the good big man over the good small man. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. I think De La Hoya told me that I think a couple weeks ago that he kind of feels that this is a money grab, and that's the same kind of phrase he uttered.
Oh, for Crawford.
Yeah, he's just kind of like there's always the great big man always beats the great little
Come
man,
on, man.
but it's the great little man that beats the good big man. So
Right. The great, mind what you said. The great little man beats the good big man, and when Floyd and them fought, Floyd is the great small man, and Canelo fighting the good big man at that time.
Hall of Fame man versus potential Hall of Fame man and Hall of Fame man fight. It's crazy. All these Hall of Fames, you know what I mean? I just gotta take my hat off. If Crawford can do it, you
Listen,
know,
listen. I respect Crawford. Listen. I hope you do it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just can't see it. I can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, he had a tough time with the kid.
Madrimov.
Yeah. Makronov. I just can't see.
Damn, you gonna call him Macintosh next, bro? Chill
Yeah,
out. It's
Makronov,
Madrimov.
whatever. You know, he got that weird name, whatever his name. Well, not weird name, but he got a different kind of name.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess my last question on that topic is, win or lose, Terrence retires, Victor undefeated, or his only loss on a daring to be great moment.
Um, If he, you said if he win, do he
Win
retire?
or lose, regardless. If he's the guy that pulls up the major three undisputeds in this era, um or if he
Yeah, I
loses.
think Crawford should retire. I think he ain't got nothing else to prove. I think he's solidified. I think he's one of the best to ever touch a pair of gloves, and I think he's one of the best fighters of this era. And he's done everything they asked him to do. I don't think he got nothing else to prove. I think he can retire right now and be good.
Mhm. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I think this is probably a money grab or a money grab or him just testing his greatness before he ride off into the sunset. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend, and I'm a fan, and he ain't got nothing else to prove after this.